Hi, today I'm going to be installing a pull-out drawer rack organizer in our cabinets for my wife. It is VEVOR or VEVOR, however you might want to say that. This happened to have come from Amazon. It's just showing its model numbers as SKU 1, 2, or 3. But I believe if you just call up on Amazon, plus use the link in my description, but if you just call up the link pull-out drawer, you should be able to find this. All right, let's see what's in the box. Obviously, I didn't want to bore you with the tape cutting, but the manual's in there. It should be well packed. And a nice little thing. I don't know what you would do with such a thing, but they gave you a cute little tag. A side piece for the drawer, another side piece for the drawer, another back piece possibly for the drawer, another back piece for the drawer. There's 2 drawer slides. They are soft closing. Of course, a bag of screws. And these are for your in mounts. That one, first one didn't want to come off just right. I'm going to actually be using bottom mount. This can be mounted on the bottom of your drawer or on the sides. Just simply depends on your situation and if you're close enough to the sides. Our drawer is a little bit off size, so we're going to be mounting them to the bottom. And then the drawer piece. Let me clear some of this mess up and I'll show us putting it together. All right, let's just look at the parts list. It says we're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, sorry about that. Each piece has a little mark on it. If you can find it, that one does not. I think we can figure it out anyway, but there's number 2. There is number 1. So just using their diagram, let's set number 1 here. That'd be the front of the drawer. It's got a little lower lip. Let's set number 2. We had it in our hand, but which one was it? Here's number 2. Now understand we are lining it up with the groove on the bottom. Make sure you do that, otherwise this piece of wood will not slide in. So that's number 2. This is the no name. I know this one had, this is number 3. So once again, we're putting all the sides down. Now it's telling us to connect 1 to 2 and 3 using the provided screws. You just love opening these packages. All right, so we've got 4 longer ones and we've got several shorter ones. And I'm sure if we flip back to the beginning, it'll tell us we have shorter ones 12 and longer ones 4. Let's see which screws go there. It says the A screws go in number 4. I think that's the only place it says. So the A screws are the longer ones. And it says they go on the back part of the drawer. I'll back that up a little bit so you can actually see the back part of the drawer. It's saying the longer screws go on the back. This is the front. I'm trying to leave this in view as well. Probably should have went and got my rubber mallet, but you should be able to slide these in the side, the rivets, where they cut out. Hopefully you can see that pretty good on the camera. I'm just gonna push them in with my finger. If they don't go, don't force them, you'll break the little ears. It should look like that. And I'll do this other side. Let's try it from the top angle. All right, can you see that? Sorry. All right, I'll push that in till it's flush. See that? Now it's telling me after I have those three in, I need to actually push the bottom in, the drawer bottom. Let's move these slides out of the way. And we're going to take this piece. My recommendation is see if there's a good side and a bad side. In this case, I don't see much difference other than the number that's on it. So I'm just going to make the number go to the bottom, and it's telling me to slide it, so you need to see which way is which. This is the longest. So just try to get it so you can see me. Pull it up, put it in that track. Best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you can still get it right in there. So kind of hold the sides and push in. All right. Now it should be telling us next to put that end piece on. So here's the end piece, also known as number 4. It does not have the little ears, and that's why it has the screws on it to be a little stronger. I'm going to put that in there so that slides over the drawer, the bottom. I won't use my handy dandy little Ryobi screwdriver, and these things are handy just for little jobs like this that don't require a lot of torque. So it tells me to put these in. Don't over tighten it. You don't want to crack the wood. Helps if you go the correct way. Ask me how I know. Using my wife's kitchen table for a workbench, so I'm probably going to get in trouble, just so you know. I didn't want to go to the basement this morning. This thing has just the right amount of torque for that. If you're interested, there's another video on this, but it's Ryobi FD01. I think I paid 25 bucks for it, and there's a link on the other video. If I remember, I'll put it on this one as well. Now we have to figure out these slides. It's telling us to take them apart and remove C2. So what are we talking about here? All right, that slides out. If we look at this picture, hopefully you can see it. It's saying it's turned this way. Let's pull that out, and it's telling me to remove C2. Don't know why. There's a little bitty black lever here. I suggest having a rag handy because it's a lot of grease on this thing. If you push up on that, that piece will slide out. So now I've just got, I guess, the C1 is one piece. I don't know, this is actually 3 pieces, but they're only showing 2. It says press to release and take the slides apart as C1 and C2. So We're making this one C2. I don't see any way to remove this one, the one with the bearings. Let's go to the next step. I think with all that grease on my hands, I could do this. Now it's going to give you two methods. You can either go to the bottom mounting or the side mount. As I mentioned, I'm going to do the bottom. So we need to flip our device over. Our drawer. We need to see which one they have the front. So they're going to have the front facing me. So I'm going to get it so the front is facing us. All right, this is telling us to take the C2 panel or the C2 rail and to put it on the drawer. And as you can see, the drawer is facing frontward. So let's find the C2s that we removed a minute ago. That's basically the little rail you pulled out. All right, now how do we put them on there? All right, it's showing the open side to the back, to the back of the drawer. And it is showing the rail this way. So the little indent, whatever you want to call that bend part, the elbow up, should be going up. So if you had the drawer flipped over, it'd be down, obviously. And anyway, this is the piece that slides into the mechanism that makes it go back and forth. So let's line that up. Once again, you can see the picture. And I can see the holes, so it tells me I'm right. It's also the smaller screws because that's all we have left. So we're going to put one here. Once again, don't over tighten these things. Had experience with some of this stuff. It's pretty, but some of the ones really don't take much to split them. So I'm not going to run it all the way down with a screwdriver. I'm going to do it by hand so I can feel it. There is some left-right adjustment back here. I guess in case you get in a bind or something. I don't really know it. I didn't see it when I thumbed through the instructions. Let's take 3 more of these. Same thing on this side. Line it up. And you'll know you're lined up. You're flush with the edge of the drawer. The screws, you should see the screw holes. All in. Now the next step, it's showing me how to determine my placement. And in my case, my cabinet is wider than this drawer. So I may have to do some kind of customization. But if yours cabinet matches the dimensions in the description of the product, you shouldn't have a problem. Here they are showing the side rails, which basically you just bolt them to the side of your cabinet. For the bottom mount, this particular drawer is designed for a 21-inch wide cabinet. As you can see, I got a little over 24 inches wide, and I think it's 21 inch deep. But see, I got 23. So I'm a little bit oversized, is why I've got to do some spacing. Just a couple of pointers. You're going to be mounting on the bottom. If you don't have enough clearance in here, you probably have to have an angle bit. An angle to drive your screws in and or to drill your holes and drive your screws in. As I mentioned, my cabinet is 24.5 wide. The whole system with the drawer slides is 21 inches. So I'm gonna take 1 3/4 inches off each side. I say take it off. I'm gonna have to mark it. So let's put a mark up here. Let's put a mark over here. And I'm gonna have to do the same thing in the back. So basically I gotta crawl up in here. That's not very easy when you're my size. So I'll go as far as I can, then run a straight edge. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera. Trust me, I'm all up in here. All right, so I got me some marks. Let's see if I can get me a straight edge on there and be able to see it. Of course, that's just a little bit longer than I need. Guess you're just going to take my word for it when I tell you I'm on the mark. I think I'm going to have to get my reading glasses on. That's definitely not in the right place. What the heck's going on with my pencil here? Gets the angle I'm coming in here. See if we can do it on this side. Maybe the camera can see it, I'm not sure. Probably not, because I can't see it, so. I know the camera might can pick up a little better light than me, I don't know. Mounting to the bottom, to the floor, we have to use these on the ends. So these should go back here. Once again, it's inside of a cabinet, so I'm doing the best I can filming, but I may have to turn it off, I'm not sure, because I may have to lay on the floor here. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Even if I have to get in the floor, you should be able to see it. Just gotta remember to cut a lot of this fluff out of here. All right, y'all are all up in here with me. See if we can get a couple screws in this thing. I don't know what kind of cord that is running there. It looks like a internet or something. Of course, I didn't build this house, so I don't know. I promise you, it's all I can do to get up in here. Okay, that guide piece in the back is strictly to keep this in line. It doesn't necessarily have to be all the way in it, because I'm actually going to bolt these rails down. But you want to get it up here in the front where you want it. So this big piece, I want it right to the edge there, because this will slide all the way back. It's got a spring right there, the soft closing. So I just want to line up with the
front. So understand this is gonna line back up in here. I don't know why I can't push it, but I know that's what it's supposed to do. I'm gonna screw this one down. I'm lined up with my mark. Using my little screwdriver anymore. I'm using my actual Ryobi drill driver. There is a review on that if you're interested. I actually have DIY grade tools, and I've had some of these for years. They work great. Handy little flashlight. Got one in, so I'm gonna put one more in. Let's just find this a good spot. Let's say up here towards the front. Still not real sure why that's not pushing back, but I know now because the other drawers will push it back, the top rail. It's that side. See if we can't do the same to this side. Alright, we'll get this one lined up. And see if we can't get it lined up. Yeah, supposedly on my line right there. Hope I am. One in. I should put that light where I could see, huh? Right there. All right, I didn't bore you with the second one, but we actually have two of them in now. So if you kind of see how they work. And that's how you do it. Leave any comments or questions, I'd be glad to answer.